Hi, and welcome to the final video in our Getting Started series. In this video, we're going to focus on the data side of the platform. What data is available, how to find what's relevant to you, and how to understand whether the data you're using is current and trustworthy. This is designed to prepare you for the next series, where we'll build a complete mini project step by step. One of the biggest advantages of the Seer Data Platform is that you don't always need to start with your own program data or try to wrangle raw open data spreadsheets into a usable format yourself. The platform gives you access to a curated library of open data, selected specifically because it's useful for community insights, impact measurement, and place-based decision-making. This includes things like population and demographics, social and economic indicators, community wellbeing measures, health and justice data, and framework-aligned indicators. The key idea is this: open data gives you context. It helps you understand what's happening in the broader community alongside the data that your organisation collects. Now, the easiest place to start when you're working with data in the Seer Data Platform is the Data Catalogue. The Data Catalogue shows you all of the datasets that you have access to, both open and privately held, in the one place. It's designed to make data discovery simple, without needing to jump straight into the Explore Data tool. In the Data Catalogue, you can browse and search datasets, filter by key attributes like topic, geography, or data source, and view full dataset details and metadata. And for many people, this is the simplest workflow. Find a dataset in the catalogue, review the metadata, and then create an insight directly from there. So let's talk about metadata, because it's one of the most important tools for trusting and using data correctly. Metadata is simply information about the dataset. It tells you what the dataset contains, where it comes from, what time period it covers, and how it should be used. For example, if you open a dataset like the ABS 2021 census, you'll typically see metadata that includes the custodian and the data source, a source URL so you can trace it back to the original publisher, a dataset description explaining what the data is and why it exists, the time period it covers, release frequency so you know how often it's updated, and the date that it was last updated in the platform itself. You'll also often see things like which frameworks the dataset relates to, for example, a raciness, vital signs, or closing the gap, the topics and variables included so that you can understand what you can analyse, and the geographies available, like LGA, SA2, postcode, or state. So if you ever wonder, is this the right dataset for my project, or can I use this for my area, the metadata is where you'll find the answer. A really common question is, how do I know if the data is up to date? Again, the best place to check is the dataset details and metadata. Many datasets include when it was last updated, how often it updates, and any notes about coverage or limitations. This helps you understand how current the dataset is and whether it's appropriate for what you're trying to do. Alongside open data, Seer also supports bringing in your organisation's own data. At a high level, there are three broad types of data you might work with. First, unit record level data, which is detailed row-by-row information like survey responses or attendance records. These are usually in the format of spreadsheets or CSV files. Second, there's aggregate data. This is summarised information like monthly totals, counts, or outcome measures. And third, data connectors. Data connectors are a premium add-on that allow you to directly connect to your existing data systems. To get access to data connectors, you'll need to reach out to a member of our team. So, let's recap. Seer Data helps you work with curated open data for community context, alongside both unit record and aggregate organisation data as well. The Data Catalogue is where you can discover what data you have access to, review its metadata, and understand freshness indicators so that you can interpret the data confidently. Now that you understand how the platform works and the data that it contains, you're ready to build something. In the next series, we'll walk through a complete example project step by step, bringing in a simple data set, combining it with open data, and creating insights and a dashboard that you can use as a model for your own work.